Good morning. We are in Santa Barbara. We've got our Gulfstream 700 and we have about 17 people on board. I lost track, but we're going to have a party between here and Mexico City, and we're going to fly down to not Guadalajara. We're going to fly down to, let me see here. Oh, it was on my list. Puerto Vallarta. We're not going to land there. We're going to make a left turn, fly by Guadalajara, and we go by Lago de Chapala. Lago Chapala. Anyway, we're going to fly by a big lake just south of Guadalajara. That lines us up with Mexico City. So our first stop on the Mexico, Central America, South America is going to be Mexico City. Then we'll see what's going on there. We're going to stay a couple of days and have some fun. See if we can spend $1 billion before I check out. So here we go. We're at take the break off Santa Barbara. We flew down from Monterey to Santa Barbara. We picked up half our friends here. They met us here. They've got family, full power in the Darkstar. We're ready to go. Whoa, easy does it.
Experimental 7, Bravo Charlie, continue for east departure. Experimental 7, Bravo Charlie, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
We'll say goodbye to Santa Barbara. We're up here in Goleta, and Goleta is where the University of California is. You see Santa Barbara. And back behind us is Monterey, and we're watching our heading up in the upper left hand corner. We'll come around to 120, and Santa Barbara is right under us. The city sprawls to the north.
7, Bravo Charlie, did you copy?
Okay, we did. We'll say goodbye to Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara Tower Experimental 527 Bravo Charlie frequency change.
There we go. Now we're going to go inside, and we got to click on our afterburners. Okay, there they go. And we're going to get up here and get the wings level. Got a little sun in our eyes. Get our nose down on the horizons. This is the Santa Barbara Islands off to our right. We'll look out at them in a minute. Okay, we got it through there, and we'll put this on standby. So when we get up to Mach 3 or thereabouts and 50,000 feet, we'll get the scramjet light going. We'll look at this for right now. Wow. That ought to get us up in the air. Got the nose up too high. Here we go. Get that back down. Now we'll look out at the Santa Barbara Islands right there into the sunlight. And now we'll look down at LA. We're going to see Carpinteria and some spots north. Manhattan, no, not Manhattan Beach. Malibu. Go by Malibu. We should be able to see out here. We'll see Santa Catalina Island out here. Okay, I'm getting around too far to the right. see how we're doing. 1.56. So let's get, before we really get this thing up to Mach, we get back to 130. This looks like Catalina. We're going to go right over Catalina. And then we'll get over here so we can look back at LA. Yeah, we got to get this up, pull that nose up, so when it kicks into the, there goes my scramjets. Scramjets are light. We're going Mach 4. Mach 5. Mach 6. There we go. Mach 7. We'll take a look at LA as we go by. Back here, here's LA. LAX will be right in there. Long Beach. Okay, let's get, we're really ripping now. We're at 100,000 feet. We'll look out at Catalina. Right there's Catalina. No, that's Catalina. That's Catalina right there. They have the isthmus there. I don't know what that island is, but that's Catalina right there. Okay, and we'll go back inside to see how we're doing here. Mach 9.8, 100,000 feet. I can see the Gulf of Mexico. There's the Salton Sea off to our left. There's the Salton Sea and the Gulf of Mexico coming up. San Diego is probably right under us. And 114,000 feet. Get the nose right down on the horizon. Mach 9. $120,000 feet. Now we're coming over the Gulf of Mexico, Baja California. Yeah, we'll just leave it alone, huh? How about that? Not Mach 9.5. We are inside our course, which we're going to make a left turn. We go to Puerto Vallarta and make a left turn. Then this island coming up here is the Guardian Angel Island. And then south of there is Mulahey. So the folks where I learned to fly, where I got my flight instructor and my instrument, was in Monterey. And the folks used to like to come down here to Mulahey. They liked the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll keep it at 200. Let's see how we're doing. We're a little bit nose high. About 9.5. We don't want to lose our course here on the right, so we'll come back to 130. 130 ought to do it. 125. Once you get up to these speeds, you can't turn. I'm starting to understand how they ICBM, the thing that shoots down ICBMs. All they have to know is the trajectory and the apogee. A few of those things, they crank them in, and you can't change the direction on those. Look at. Is this a moon coming up over here? Look at that! Wow. Okay, we're almost at 130. Get back in here. Mach 9, still cooking. 140,000 feet. I'm going to put the nose down a little bit. And we're almost to 130. And Moolahay is going to be right down, I believe, right down in here is Moolahay. Oh, they bring back pictures and everything. I didn't have a clue where the hell they were going. And down at the tippy end of Baja California is La Paz. And let's see how we're doing on our course. I think we've stabilized that. We need to. I feel comfortable if we keep touch on our course to Puerto Vallarta. And 126,000. Look across. Had a friend like going fishing out of one of these points here. I think it was this point right here. He said he did a lot of fishing out of there. Okay, 131. So let's just level this out. They're at 9.7. That's good. 118,000. Now I can see I've got an angle here going on my radar, on my GPS. 9.8. Wow, we are cooking. 113,000 feet. Let's look back at Baja, and we'll see La Paz coming up right down here at the end. We got the moon coming up, and Mexico on our left. Mach 9.8. Right over the Gulf of California. Heading for Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, this is good. Hope everybody's enjoying the movie back there. We got food and drink that we picked up in Santa Barbara. We had a little loaded in Monterey. And some of the folks in Santa Barbara, we let them figure out what they wanted to eat. So pretending that this is the driver's seat in the Gulfstream. Gulfstream is not supersonic. But what we'd have to do if we were using something like that, which would be, of course, the Cessna Citation Longitude, that'd carry probably about 15 people. Cost about half of what the Gulfstream costs. And they're both, the Gulfstream's a little faster. twice the cost. Okay, let's see what it looks like heading down here. And possibly when we change heading to run over to Mexico City from Puerto Vallarta, that we'll be heading right at the moon. So we're going to leave the sun where it is. We can get in here a little bit. We ought to be able to see the lights. Let's see how we're doing on our distance. 180. So it's not. I'm not gonna turn the lights out yet. We're coming down. And we bring the nose back up just a little bit. This I've mentioned before doesn't have a autopilot, so you have to hand fly it. And we'll watch for Puerto Vallarta come up, and then we have to change directions. Then we shoot 300 miles over to Mexico City. This is a little bit more fun doing this than direct, because we fly along the coast. Coast is much prettier. I'm gonna just change this just to see what happens to the moon, and we'll see if we get a little better. There we go. Moon is out of sight. Well, we'll worry about that later. We got a little better view of the land, and we don't see 54 miles. And this, I believe, that's the lake by Guadalajara. So we fly right by that lake. So let's see if we see Guadalajara here. There's the lake right there. Yeah, we may be over it right now. Yeah, there we go. So we do turn out. So we're right over Puerto Vallarta right now. So we're gonna make a left turn and head 0. Let's see how we're doing on the lake here. And we fly right by the lake. And we'll look back at Puerto Vallarta right in there. Beautiful coast right along there. And then Guadalajara is just a little bit north of this lake. I told you what the name of the lake was, but I instantly forgot. Lago de Chapala. Lago de Chapala. Okay, 100 degrees. That ought to do it. Head for Mexico City. And we shot up to 180,000 feet. And we'll start coming down and see if we can find Mexico City. Now, what we do here is bring in the chart. And we're coming down. That ought to do it there. And I think this is Mexico City right here. Let's see how we do on that. And we're still coming down. Yeah, this is probably Mexico City right there. So we need to come a little more left. We need to be going 090 for Mexico City. Yeah, some of the and I don't know what our distance is, but we're really moving. Down to 100,000 feet. I'm going to bring the power back. I'm bringing the power back. And see out here, see if we can see what looks like Mexico City. Maybe right there. I know there's kind of a rectangular lake right in there. Let's see, we're down to Mach 5. We'll shut off the shut that off, which was depowered. That was depowered. And we're 090. I think we're not quite right. We need to come left a little more. And our engines are coming in. Where are we? 70,000 feet. We'll see how we're doing. Gotta go left a little more. There's the rectangular lake. Okay, the airport is just before that, so the airport should be right in there. I think we're good. We're good. And these three little bumps out here. This bump is the one we want to head for. If we hadn't, we went a little far to the south. So we need to kick in our splay out our air brakes and look for the runway. So we're down below Mach 1. We're heading for the airport up here. I don't quite see it yet, but it should be at the far end and before the lake, maybe off to the left slightly. We'll spot it. So we're down to 200. Now we got to come up with some power, keep it at 200. And we can put the air brakes away. To get it down to about 10,000 feet. Still haven't seen the runway, but we're heading right at the airport right here. And we're looking at Mexico City. I never got a chance to turn the lights on or off. We're heading right at the airport. There's an airplane coming out. I'm going to get this out of the way just to let me see a little bit. Got the air brakes off. This might... Oh, I see the airport. It's right there. Right there. Lose a little more altitude. And we'll be getting the wheels out in a minute. No flaps. No flaps. Add a little power so we don't fall out of the air. We keep it up above 200. It stays pretty stable. Stays pretty stable. Wheels down. We'll look back to see our wheels come down. There they come down. We'll land at the on the long runway. I might have to jog between departures. There we go. I'll use a little air brake. Yeah, there's some departures. We'll get the brakes on and get out of their way here. Tuck the wings away, our air brakes away. There we go. Look at those mountains in the distance there. And we'll just head in here to parking somewhere. Looks like there's plenty of parking. Have to sneak around these guys. Hello. We're just in from Santa Barbara. How you guys doing today? Wow, you're waiting in line to take off? Yeah. Hello. Yeah, we don't have room for 18 people. We're too small. So we'll park here right by the tower. And get ready to party. There we go. Thanks for riding along. Kind of know why I call it Air Chance. So let's go here. And it's recording, and we'll end the recording. Goodbye. Adios. Adios.